We're in the eve of the winter solstice, and so it's dark outside. And those of us who are conditioned to go outside of us for the light will find ourselves kind of struggling, right? So you'll see I posted a winter solstice meditation where we're going into our spine, into ourselves to access the sacred fire, to access that resilience. And I just want to also note that when we're really anchored in that light, we are like mosquito zappers, like mosquito, do you know those? Right? So I want to bring that analogy into this because when we're talking about really anchoring into the sacred fire or the violet flame, it's like we're a self-cleaning oven. And when you get into this work, in the first week of this work, we're teaching you how to use the violet flame. Why? Because any mental health, emotional issues are anchored in interference energy. Interference does not like Kim Beekman. So you'll find yourself up against these control sources that come into our field and lock in. They're from the lineage. They're not because you're bad or wrong or anything. Like we get passed down, we pick up interference in our relationships and it moves through us. And we think those thoughts are us. We think those feelings are us, but it's not. It's interference energy. So whether control source or interference comes in and has you trying to figure everything out, or it comes in, has you in a place of fear and unsafety, or it comes in as alcohol addiction or substance addiction or love or sex addiction or food addiction, that is not you. It's not you. And the more that we hold the light, the more chaos we're going to see coming around us as the interference clamps down and is like, no, she's mine. She's not yours. She's the light. And I'm just being clear because I'm seeing a lot of people undergoing a lot of interference in their families, in their relationships. But what's absolutely critical is the reason why we teach you the violet consuming flame is those thought processes, those negative emotions, that feeling of unsafe, it's not you. It's just something hanging out in your field. It's just stickiness in your field that's susceptible to that frequency. And so through the law of resonance, it'll come in and it'll hang out. That's why we want to come back into the truth of who we are. I'm safe. I'm my own connection. I am worthy. I am loved, but not through affirmations, because one layer of the body can't reprogram the neurosynaptic and the neurochemistry in our body. We have to feel that. We have to breathe that. We have to emote that. We have to live that. We have to act that. We have to think that. It has to be permeating in every layer of ourselves so we can wire up an auto-associated set of vibrations or neurocircuitry that is I am love, that is I am safe. And when we live that way, when the interference comes in, we're like, not today. You have no power over me. You have no power over my children. You have no power in my house. I am the violet consuming flame in action. I am Christ consciousness. I am the light. Do you hear that coming from my will chakra? Like, oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no, you're not invited here. And that strength has to be anchored so that we don't let other things dictate our frequency or our thoughts or our vibrations, even if it's coming in from all fucking directions. All directions, like my kids are sick, or there's accidents, or there's chaos, or there's plumbing issues, or that is interference. That is just interference. And it doesn't feel like just interference. It feels like my world is caving in. But I assure you, you anchor into who you are and that you are sovereign and that you have no power. The interference has no power in my life. So in level 3, we have a set of decrees of people decreeing interference out of their field. In level 1, we're just teaching you the violet flame. But I want you to work with the violet flame like you absolutely have sovereignty and control over what is in your field and what is welcome here. Just as you have a lock on your house, you have a lock on your field. So if you find thoughts coming in or emotions coming in, like some people, when they go into feel and process, the mental and emotional body goes to town. Okay. So we're just going to push that out. And we're going to reclaim our field. And we're going to reclaim that porousness that was letting that which was not of the light in. But it takes fire. Can you hear my fire? It takes fire to do that. Now, some people, when they hear my fire, that reminds me of their narcissistic father, and then all of a sudden they find themselves wanting to go into a trauma bond with me. No, I am of sacred fire. I'm using my fire, my pitta, my will chakra to command that shit out of your field. So just know that the distortions will come in and the confusion will come in. I am here to see you as your soul, to see you as the light, to see the goodness and the sweetness and the beauty and the gorgeous radiance that you are. That's what I'm here to see in you. The rest is interference. And once you live like that, you can go into that crazy family atmosphere or be around that narcissist or be in that old situation and just be like, I don't have the sticky parts for that to come in anymore. And I think that's what's so critical at the holidays, because say you let a bunch of people in your house, well, they're going to have gum on their shoes. They're going to have stuff in their field. They're going to be playing out their lineage, powerlessness, victimization, addiction, your fault, you're wrong. They're going to be playing that. That's all they know because they've had interference thinking their thoughts. So what's more important is that you know who you are. You know your inner strength. You know what feels like fear energy, and that's not you. And it's not them. This is where compassion really comes in. That them and their egos and all the shit that they're playing, that's not them. That's just stuff. Psychic parasites, pain bodies. Eckhart Tolle talks about this in The New Earth. It's like in that best-selling book is all of this wisdom that no one really understood. But he talks about psychic parasites. So we don't talk about this too much in level 1, but I'm seeing a lot of it. So I want to name it. I want to tell you, you don't have to interplay with it. Just see it as oh, there's interference over here. Oh, my kid's got some interference. Oh, there's some interference. And violet flame the fuck out of it. That's what we have the power to do.
And how do you practically do that? You send the violet flame ahead of time into that family gathering, and you use the violet flame to light up that, and you send it into your lineage, and you do your self-care practices, whether you're doing meditative flow to work your awareness layer, you're grounding into your heart, you're doing the Om Aim Preem Clean protection mantra before that. And then you show up at that party, and that's where you can say, oh, that's not them, or ooh, and you're in your sovereign self because you've prepped, you've prepared, you've gone into your heart and remembered who you are. So when you step in, you can call it out like Kim just said. Create the
And then when you feel yourself getting sticky of like, am I a bad person? Did I do something wrong? What should I have done? When that starts happening, oh, that's interference. That's just the program running me. And then you move yourself out of that self-doubt or that anger or whatever it is, back in to your breath and the violet flame. Just continue anchoring. You're reprogramming every layer of yourself back to who you are, which is not those patterns. It can come in as a virus-like illness. It could come in as fearful thoughts. It can come in as negative or dark emotions or sadness, or it could come in as physical pain. It can come in as chronic heaviness. Any layer of the body can register interference. Sorry for all my fire today, but Don't apologize for your light. All right, so we're going to do